Turkish troops launch offensive into northern Syria, says Erdogan.
Here's a summary of the article.
Reuters. Turkish troops have begun an offensive in northeastern Syria, which could lead to direct conflict with Kurdish-led forces allied to the United States. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said the operation was to create a «safe zone» cleared of Kurdish militias which will also house Syrian refugees. According to the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces, civilian areas were attacked by Turkish warplanes. President Donald Trump controversially withdrew U.S. troops from northern Syria. His decision to pull back U.S. soldiers from posts near two border towns after a phone call with President Erdogan at the weekend sparked widespread criticism at home and abroad. The Kurds, key U.S. allies in defeating the jihadist group Islamic State in Syria, guard thousands of IS fighters and their relatives in prisons and camps in areas under their control, and it is unclear whether they will continue to be safely detained. Announcing the offensive, Mr. Erdogan said on Twitter, the Turkish armed forces, together with the Syrian National Army, just launched #Operation Peace Spring against Kurdish militias and the Islamic State group in northern Syria. Turkey wants to create a «safe zone» cleared of Kurdish militias which will also house some of Turkey's 3.6 million Syrian refugees.
This post received a score of 46,286, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
So in 2019 military operations which results in actual people potentially losing lives are not only announced on Twitter but are made into hashtags to trend.
A boring dystopia.
It's not exactly boring.
It's being normalized right now. Boring is the goal.
Bad governments can basically do whatever the fuck they want if cruelty becomes normalized and mundane. The whole compassion fatigue syndrome at play. Big reason people also ignore suffering in the third world as it just what normal in those places. For me it's more of the argument against international interventions. Considering that the series of events that lead us to ISIS and Al-Qaeda was because of interventions. Also why the Islamic Revolution happened which lead to Iran as it is today was because of foreign intervention. The Syrian civil war is part of this legacy.
There's a difference between we're intervening because there are powerless people without a voice that need protection and we're intervening because oil and drugs. The people deserve to know the interests of interventions and fight against the interests that cause even more power vacuums and human rights infringements. It's a balance, but to say we can't intervene can also create violent insurgency specifically against US and the West knowingly that something could have been done, and it didn't for whatever self-benefiting reason.
How many conflicts have been about intervening on behalf of voiceless people that need protection? If that has happened, how often does it go the right way? I don't know how many centers of power that have been so selfless as to sacrifice their own people for the direct betterment of another unrelated group. Has that ever been a primary objective? Could it ever be the primary objective?
U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, a close ally of Mr. Trump, said he would lead an effort in Congress to make Erdogan pay a heavy price, adding, "Pray for our Kurdish allies who have been shamelessly abandoned by the Trump administration." Okay. I never thought I'd see the day Graham letting Trump hang like that.
Yeah, it's all talk. Ops have started and Lindsey Graham has been quiet. No surprise.
Exactly what I was thinking. Words are just words. Several Republicans have said something against Trump over the last few years. Then they all shut up and fall in line and nothing happens.
Just like Blizzard when China started talking to them. It's like that but way more fucking important. We need a Kurdish Overwatch character so that people will care.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.